It's been over a month since I started on the Shack Pack. It's a bar mill scale Model Works kit. One of the original ones in the plastic box right here. And you may have seen I did the decals for that, the dry transfer decals, and here's what the finished product looks like right here on this one and on this one here. So I'm going to show you how I went about building these three little shacks and these cute little bins that you could put up against it. So let's take a look at how we did this and take a closer look at this right here. I weathered it a little bit. Maybe I could weather it a little bit more. Who knows? But we'll stick this up on the layout somewhere in different places. Probably up in the front over there someplace. So let's see how we got to this point right here. I put everything back in the package right here because I had other projects going on and I needed a clean workspace. I opened everything up and spread everything out and did the inventory, but I'm going to spread everything out and then cut everything up and get it ready. But first, let's take a look at what we did on this over a month ago. Just opened up my next project, the Shack Pack. And here is everything that was inside. We'll do an inventory after checking over the instructions. Open up all the detail parts. Wash them off. And we'll be good to go. It's 3 shacks. Shack number 1, shack number 2, and shack number 3. This is in the original casing in the plastic box that they did when they first opened up bar mills. So you could tell with this, it's a little discolored right there. That should be white like that right there. So we'll deal with that. I used vintage teal on the large shed. I stained the other 2 sheds right here, this right here, and I used khaki for the tar paper that goes over top of this shed and for the tar paper roof. Stained all these right here. Here are the paints. Vintage teal. On the vintage teal, I put the primer, gray primer underneath. And on the khaki, just directly on to the paper. And then India ink on everything else. These right here are peel and stick, so all we have to do is put them over top of the pieces. So we'll cut these out. And we'll just make sure that we gently press down on the edges, on the corners, to get it secure. Now the battens, alright, no, I won't put you through the torture of me installing these, but it's going to be delicate, so we'll get that done here in a minute here. Alright, the side battens go on first, and then the front and the back. Now the horizontal bracing is up above, so you mount the bottom flush on both the front and the back, and then once you have everything all good and secure, that's when you cut off the top of this carefully. But you have to watch out for the rafters. The back is okay because it doesn't stick out, but the front just sticks out just a hair past the batten. But be very careful with it because it's real delicate. They're really, really small, but that's what it looks like. Looks pretty nice. And don't forget, don't throw this away right here. This is those things right on the edge right there are the hinges. Before we wrap this up, let's do a recap of the dry transfer that you've seen in the video that I did a few days ago. This kit comes with a dry transfer decal, and if you've never done that, this is all you have to do is just take a burnishing tool and go over, place it on the side where you want it and just go over it to make sure everything transfers over onto your wall, just like that. Okay, we'll continue. And you don't see this very often in kits, and if you ever go to a hobby shop, you'll see them. Woodland Scenics sells them, a variety of them, and I've used them before on some of my kits, but I never showed you how to do it. It's just very easy. Just make sure you go over it. So it comes out like this. Looks really good. And here's a one on a paper. I was going to put that on, but I noticed it had the dry transfer, so I decided to put the dry transfer on instead. And I'll find another place for this on another kit. Now here are a few shots of the walls and the finished buildings, and I'll show you how it looks on the layout itself.